Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your September 2015 Tarotscope. It's Raina here. Before I begin, I just want to thank everyone who has subscribed, liked, shared my videos, as well as gotten a reading from me. It's been wonderful all the way around. And in terms of a couple of readings that I want to mention, I have a new one called the Law of Attraction Love reading, and this involves a tarot spread coupled with looking at your personal data in your natal chart that relates to love. And I am also offering the on demand 30-day regular readings that are using your personal birth chart data. And those will continue to be $14. So I just want to let you know about that. And in any case, I think that for September, there's going to be a lot of relationship activity for you because you have the sun in that opposite sign of yours for the first 3 weeks, which is Virgo. And that's going to be shining a light on your relationships. And I say plural because not only your marriage or your long term relationship that's a romantic partner, but also if you have a business partner, someone who you work with one on one on a close level, that's what the sun does. It emphasizes the energy of that house. There's always the question of, is this what is good for me? Does this improve my life in any way? And, it's definitely a question to ask ourselves. With the new moon in this same house, it's going to be a partial solar eclipse on the 13th of September. And in the seventh house, this will really kind of bring in something new, a new development related to your romantic partner and or business partner. Or, I should say too that this could have something to do with a legal case because the seventh house also relates to the law. And if you have a court case going on, there could be a new development there as well. But again, with that solar eclipse, even though it's a partial one, I mean, it's the equivalent of 3 new moons. So there's a real emphasis on new beginnings in the relationship sector. And it's up to you to decide if changes need to be made or if you need to pursue something on that level. If you've been dating someone and you think, okay, that's enough of that, now it's time to make a commitment, then something like this really can take it to the next level. We have Mercury going retrograde on the 17th of the month. It's going to be happening in your eighth house. And it will be direct in that house as well until the 17th. But what does that mean? Well, Mercury in the eighth house means that you might be thinking about money that is not money that you earn specifically. So this might have to do with any investments that you have. It could also relate to your spouse's income or an inheritance that's on the docket. And again, if somebody has some kind of legal case pending, like an inheritance matter, then this might actually play into that or tie into that, where you are thinking about this money that has been held up, that is family money. And when it goes retrograde, then there might even be more delays. So you have to be aware of the retrograde in terms of decisions that you make during the month of September because, this could cause more complications if you are thinking that you're going to get it on a certain date. You better be prepared in case there are delays. Venus will be in your sixth house during this time period, and this will really help you with your health. So if you've had any health issues, especially after it goes direct on the 6th of the month, it can also be really good for situations involving trying to make yourself more beautiful, but in a natural sense. There are natural cosmetics that do not use toxic chemicals, whether it's eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, that sort of thing. So that's a great time to investigate that. And then Mars is going to also be in the sixth house until the 25th of the month. And during this time, it's great for exercise routines. So if you're someone who has kind of been wanting to do some kind of exercise, but you've been a little bit hesitant, this might be the time when you feel like it naturally, when you'll have this excess of energy. And remember, too, that you don't have to just do the typical thing. You can find something that you really like and do that instead. And then you'll be more motivated to move and exercise because it's something that you enjoy rather than an obligation. And then when it moves on the 25th into the seventh house, Mars will really kind of, I was going to say, upset the apple cart when it comes to your relationship. But it's not necessarily that at all. It could be very passionate, it could be a real sexy time for you. But you do have to be careful that things don't get a little bit too argumentative or combative in any way. Jupiter is going to be in your seventh house for the next year. So, in general, what this means is, the seventh house relates to more than just partnerships. As I said, it also relates to the law. So, if you have been worried about some legal case that is on the horizon, or if you know you're in the midst of one, then having Jupiter in the seventh house can be just an added help, assistance from a higher source. So I would say that Jupiter in this house benefits relationships more than anything else. Saturn has been in your ninth house when it went retrograde, and it's still there at the beginning of September. On the 17th of the month, it goes into the sign of Sagittarius, which is your 10th house. And believe it or not, Saturn in the career sector is actually a very good thing because this is its natural placement. And it's the house of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. And so this can really give you an extra gravitas when it comes to your career. This can take you to the next level. This is the kind of transit that I would associate with getting a promotion if you work for somebody else. If you work for yourself, this could be a time in which you really solidify your reputation in the world. And so if you have this business, you might be taken more seriously by others. So that's wonderful. Okay, Pisces, the cards I drew are very Piscean as far as I'm concerned. For the overall energy, I drew the Three of Pentacles, which indicates that you are doing something, and I would associate and connect this with your work life that is still going through a process. It's still not at its pinnacle, but it's something that is profitable and it is going as planned, and there is a sense of fulfillment in whatever it is that you're doing. And so this is for the whole month's energy. So the cards I picked for the first half of September were the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. And the Eight of Swords indicates restriction, somebody who is a prisoner. And this could be in a relationship or it could be in some other situation that you feel stuck in, like a job that you don't like. But I think that this relates to a relationship for a number of you because of the number of cups cards I'm getting, and because of all that seventh house activity that I told you about in terms of the astrology that have to do with relationships. So some of you might be in unhappy relationships that you feel that there's no way to escape from at the moment. And yet, this card is coupled with the Ace of Cups, which indicate the beginnings of love. And it might not even be something that is mutually reciprocated. You might be pining away for someone that you can't have because you are married. But the point is that I think that if that is the case, it's giving you hope. You know, this person who is bound and gagged still has the ability to feel. And it means that it's something, if you're in a, let's say you're in a marriage and, you love your children and you don't want to have a divorce right then and there, or there's some other reason why you can't get divorced, and you secretly are in love with someone else, that love can carry you through because it points to the possibilities in life. So there's nothing wrong with being in a position, you know, temporarily where you can't act on certain feelings. You can use that as a source for inspiration. So for the second half of the month, I got the Two of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And see, I'm getting all these cup cards, and cups relate to water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the Two of Cups is an actual partnership. So some of you may fall in love and become a couple. It may have nothing to do with any kind of marriage that you have to break up. It might just be that you thought that you were somehow trapped in some situation and you find out that you're not. Maybe you're trapped by fear of getting close to someone, and then you just go for it. But you also have the Seven of Cups, and this asks you, if you have more than one partner to choose from, you have to make a choice. But also, do not be deceived by love. Always keep your wits about you and make sure that you really know the person that you are dealing with. But I think it's a wonderful month, Pisces.